Welcome to our Trump briefing program. Today, we dive into the heated atmosphere in Wisconsin where frustrated Democrats gathered to voice their concerns about President Trump and billionaire Elon Musk. As they gear up for the critical state Supreme Court election on April 1st, the urgency for action is palpable, with calls for support for their candidate Susan Crawford against the well-funded Republican Brad Schimel. In other news, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has indicated that the Fed will maintain its key interest rate amidst ongoing economic uncertainty tied to Trump's policies. While the economy remains healthy overall, signs of a slowdown are causing some economists to predict potential rate cuts later this year, as everyone waits for clearer signals before making any moves. Finally, we turn our attention to South Africa, where the government has rejected President Trump's comments regarding land reform as megaphone diplomacy. With tensions rising over U.S. aid cuts and misunderstandings about land expropriation laws, South Africa emphasizes its commitment to a respectful relationship with the U.S. as it navigates the complexities of addressing historical injustices. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. Associated Press. In a small library in Sauk City, Wisconsin, a gathering of over 170 frustrated Democrats came together to express their anger towards President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk, while also grappling with their own party's messaging. The atmosphere was charged with emotion as attendees shared concerns about the upcoming state Supreme Court election, which they see as crucial for issues like abortion rights and voting rules. Many voiced fears that the Democratic Party may not be adequately prepared to capture the attention of crossover voters, with one lifelong Democrat lamenting the party's ineffective campaign strategies. The stakes are high, as Musk-backed groups have invested heavily in the election, and the crowd echoed sentiments of urgency and determination to mobilize support for Democratic candidate Susan Crawford. Associated Press. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell indicated that the central bank is likely to keep interest rates steady amid ongoing economic uncertainty stemming from President Trump's policies. In his remarks, Powell highlighted the mixed signals from the economy, where recent job growth appears solid yet consumer confidence has dipped due to the unpredictable nature of trade policies and government spending. Economists are divided on the impact of Trump's tariffs, with some predicting they could stifle growth while others believe tax cuts might stimulate the economy. As Wall Street adjusts its forecasts for potential rate cuts, Powell emphasized the need for patience and clarity before making any decisions, reflecting the cautious approach the Fed is taking in navigating these turbulent economic waters. Guardian. The discussion around Ben Stokes potentially taking on the captaincy of England's one-day international cricket team has sparked a mix of skepticism and optimism. While some view it as a risky move given Stokes' long career in physical wear, others believe he embodies the substance and skill needed to lead the team effectively. As England cricket grapples with its identity and the future of the ODI format, Stokes represents a connection to a more traditional, passionate approach to the game. The notion of Stokes' leadership as a Viking funeral for the ODI format captures the sentiment that he could provide a fitting farewell to a beloved cricketing tradition, showcasing his dedication and talent on the field during this pivotal time in English cricket history. The Toronto Star reports on Thomas Bach, the outgoing president of the International Olympic Committee, IOC, who expresses a sense of calm as he prepares to hand over the reins ahead of the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Bach has navigated the IOC through significant challenges, including the pandemic and controversies surrounding Russian doping. He emphasizes the importance of political neutrality and inclusivity in the Olympic movement, remaining optimistic about U.S. support for the Games despite the current political climate. He defends female athletes against misinformation campaigns and acknowledges the need for the IOC to be financially accessible to all, hinting at the importance of broadcast rights in future Olympic coverage. In a separate report, the auto industry in Canada is experiencing a moment of relief as the U.S. government pauses tariffs that could have severely impacted workers and production. Employees at Stellantis Windsor assembly plant, like Mohamed Threya and Jose Velasquez, express cautious optimism amid the uncertainty, aware that even a temporary reprieve does not eliminate the threat of future tariffs on steel and aluminum. The potential for layoffs looms, especially for younger workers with families, as the industry braces for the next round of challenges in a rapidly changing economic landscape. The Associated Press covers a significant move by the Small Business Administration, SBA, to relocate offices from so-called sanctuary cities as part of the Trump administration's crackdown on immigrant-friendly policies. This decision, announced by SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler, aims to better serve the small business community while complying with federal immigration laws. The SBA's role in supporting small businesses is crucial, especially following its efforts during the pandemic. The announcement has sparked controversy, as it aligns with broader political tensions surrounding immigration policies, raising questions about the accessibility of resources for entrepreneurs in these cities. CBC reports that a recent Israeli drone strike in Gaza resulted in the deaths of 2 individuals, highlighting the precarious nature of a ceasefire that has held for over a month. The strike targeted suspected militants who were allegedly planting explosives near Israeli troops. The Israeli military, under the leadership of Lt. Gen. Eyal Zamir, is preparing for a potential return to combat if a ceasefire agreement with Hamas cannot be reached. Meanwhile, Hamas is negotiating with Egyptian mediators in Cairo, aiming for a deal that could lead to the end of hostilities. Amidst these tensions, Hamas released a video of an Israeli soldier held captive, further complicating the situation. The ceasefire has allowed for some exchange of hostages and prisoners, but uncertainty looms over the future of negotiations, especially with U.S. President Trump's envoy set to visit soon. BBC highlights South Africa's rejection of what it calls megaphone diplomacy from the U.S. following President Trump's claims that the country is seizing land. The South African government insists that Trump's understanding of its Land Expropriation Act is flawed and emphasizes its commitment to a respectful diplomatic relationship with the U.S. The new law allows for land seizures without compensation under specific circumstances, a move that has sparked controversy and claims of discrimination against the white Afrikaner minority. Trump's executive order freezing aid to South Africa has raised concerns about the humanitarian impact, particularly on HIV programs that have been crucial for many citizens. Despite the strained relationship, South Africa remains focused on building a mutually beneficial partnership with the U.S. Guardian elaborates on the implications of Trump's executive order against South Africa, which not only halts aid but also positions the country as a target for punitive measures due to its independent foreign policy, particularly regarding Israel. The order is seen as a direct response to South Africa's case at the International Court of Justice, where it argued against Israel's military actions in Gaza. The termination of U.S. funding for HIV programs could lead to catastrophic health consequences, potentially resulting in hundreds of thousands of unnecessary deaths. This situation reflects a broader strategy by the Trump administration to isolate South Africa for its stance on global issues, while also perpetuating harmful narratives about white farmers as victims. The article emphasizes the urgent need for international solidarity to address both health and land reform issues, underscoring the moral imperative to rectify historical injustices while ensuring the well-being of vulnerable populations. The Independent reports that President Donald Trump is considering reinstating a travel ban on countries such as Afghanistan and Pakistan as early as next week. Following an executive order issued on January 20, Trump has directed his cabinet to create a list of nations facing travel restrictions due to inadequate vetting processes. This move echoes his previous travel ban during his first term, which targeted several majority Muslim countries and affected approximately 7% of the global population. The potential new ban could severely impact around 200,000 Afghans awaiting resettlement or special immigrant visa approvals after aiding U.S. troops, leaving them vulnerable to Taliban retribution. Advocacy groups are urging Afghans with valid U.S. visas to make travel arrangements promptly, as the ban announcement may come soon. Historically, Trump's previous attempts at a travel ban faced significant legal challenges, with the Supreme Court ultimately upholding a revised version in 2018, which remained in effect until President Joe Biden repealed it in 2021. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Waking up to wonders, tech and nature blunders. Got our rockets flying while the oceans are sighing. Lasers in the sky now, holograms we say wow. Quantum leaps and robot science news that we got. Science is awesome. fires out.